Not every reference makes a great painting, but I have found some qualities to look for while choosing your reference for your painting. In this video, I'll share 5 tips to help you choose a reference for your next painting. Tip number 1, look for something that draws you in. I believe a really good painting invites you to live in it for a while. So when I'm looking for a reference to paint, and I am talking about a painting you want to hang on a wall, not sketching, not practicing. When you're sketching and practicing, do whatever you want. It's practice. There really isn't any mistakes. But if you're trying to make a painting that you want to hang on a wall, then I use something that I call the stepping stone test. Imagine you got to get across the river and you need to step on these stones across. So you need these stones placed in a way where you can reach them on your journey across the river. Look at these reference photos right here. Some of these are reference photos, some of them are actually paintings. But notice how the rocks lead your eye into the scene. And check out these incredible paintings of rocks. You might be thinking, but I don't want to paint rocks. So how does this help? You don't have to paint stones. You can actually paint boats, or chickens, or sheep, or fruit, or crayons, or dishes. Stones don't have to be literally stones. They could be anything. And they don't even have to be objects. They can be shadows leading the eye into the painting. Look at this painting, and it's the shadow of the trees leading your eye into the painting. Here's a reference photo that I wanted to paint because the shadow leads you into the scene. Sometimes the stones are sections of color. A question I ask when looking at reference photos is there enough stones to get me across the painting? Is there enough stones to get me across the river? Because it's really hard to cross a bridge that's broken. So imagine we have a painting right here where the viewer doesn't really have any stones to jump on to get to the stones that are much farther away. And so there's this dead space. I glance at it and then I just move on quickly. There's not a lot of things to live in. So notice how this artist solved that problem. He didn't actually put literal stones to lead you to the stones farther away. He put ripples of water that have reflections of sky and also of the rocks. And that causes the eye to move into the painting. Tip number 2, look for visual variety. Like we said earlier, not every reference photo makes a great painting. This is a great photo, it's beautiful. But if I was to paint it, it would come across flat and boring. Look at the variety in this painting. It has a variety of light and shadows, a variety of colors. There's warm colors and cool colors, and it has a variety of textures. You got the couch textures, his shirt textures, his jeans textures, the texture of the book that he's looking at. You got the smoke in the air, his hair texture, skin texture. There's just a variety of things. So this painting calls you into it and gives you time and space to just live in it for a while. Here's a painting I did a few years ago. I'm very proud of it because it has visual variety. It has variety of lights and shadows. It has a variety of colors, the warm and the cool, and has a variety of textures. This is a good example of a photo that I wanted to paint. It drew me in. It also had visual variety. Variety of lights and shadows, variety of textures, variety of lines, variety of colors, and variety of depth. If you're interested in knowing how to create depth in your paintings, then let me know in the comments because I'll make a video specifically for that. So I painted it and I love how it turned out. I even added some more clouds and SpongeBob for good measure. Tip number 3, use an app to turn your photos into paintings. There are so many apps out there that will actually turn your reference photo into a painting, and it will ask you do you want it in oils, watercolor, acrylic, pen, pencil. I currently use this one. It's called Water Effects. The reason why I love this tip is that it helps me to imagine what that reference photo could look like in the medium I'm going to use. It also boosts my confidence. Seeing how the reference photo turns into a painting just makes me go, oh, I can do this. It also inspires me to do it because a lot of times when I see other artists already do something amazing and beautiful, I don't want to do it again. It's already been done. The only reason I would copy it is to learn from it. I really want to move on and do something someone hasn't yet. And by putting the reference photo in this app allows me to go, hey, no one's actually painted this yet. It's beautiful. I'm going to do it. Tip number 4, look for something you actually want to paint. I've made the mistake of just painting things because other people wanted me to paint them. Eventually, I did not want to do art. So guard your creative soul. Paintings take a lot of time and energy, so be selective in the process of picking your reference. You might find a photo that technically would make a great painting, but you're not inspired to do it and it would bore you to tears. Tip number 5, look for high resolution images. If you can't see it, you cannot paint it. And if you choose a reference photo that has poor quality, it's really hard to create good paintings from that. You might be thinking, but where do I find these high resolution images? There's two places I love to go to when looking for reference photos. The first one is Unsplash. It has photographers from around the world uploading these high quality images. Sometimes I will just go to Unsplash and spend an hour just downloading the images that inspire me and putting them into an album on my phone so that when there's a rainy day and I'm just out of creativity, I go to my folder of inspiration and I'm able to get inspired again. The second place is Pexels. It also has incredible reference images and also a lot of video. Let me know in the comments if you found other sources that have been helpful to you. Hi, I'm Pencil Shark, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I hope this helps you pick your next reference photo so you can attack the blank page and make a beautiful painting.